Good morning, student. Day before yesterday, we had started with fifth lesson, India Social and Religious Reforms. From that, we had discussed 2 points, 5.1, Call for Social and Religious Reforms, and 5.2, Age of Reforms. Now, in this lesson, we are going to learn about the contribution of the Indian social reformers who emerged from the first generation of Indians and who studied under the new educational system which introduced by the British. In the dawn of the 19th century, witnessed the birth of new vision, a modern vision among some enlightened sections of the Indian society. The enlightened vision was to shape the course of events for decades to come and even beyond. In this lesson, we are going to overview on the social religious reform movements and reformers in India that will enhance the knowledge of you to understand how Indian society transformed after reform movements. The process of reawakening sometimes but not always follow the intended as the Renaissance did not always follow the intended line and gave rise to some undesirable byproducts as well, which have become as much a part daily existent in the whole of the Indian subcontinent as have the fruits of these reform movements. Although the majority of reformation associated with religious beliefs and therefore most of the movement of the 19th century were socio-religious character. Now we are going to discuss 5.3, which is religious reform movements. Now in this point we are going to discuss about the next social movement, and that was Prarthana Samaj. The Prarthana Samaj was established in Bombay by Dr. Atmaram Panduranga in 1876. Sorry, 1867, with the objective of rational worship and social reform. The two great members of this Samaj were Sri R.C. Bhandarkar and Justice Mahadev Govinda Ranade. They devoted themselves to the work of social reform such as intercaste dining, intercaste marriage, widow remarriage, and improvement of the lot of women and depressed classes. Mahadev Govinda Ranade devoted his entire life to Prarthana Samaj. He was the founder of the Widow Remarriage Association and the Deccan Education Society. He established the Pune Sarvajanik Sabha as well. To Ranade, religious reform was inseparable from social reform. He also believed that if religious ideas were rigid, there would be no success in social, economic, and political spheres. M.G. Ranade was the leader of social reformation and cultural renaissance in Western India. Ranade's great message to the person who were involved in social service was, strength of numbers we cannot command, but we can command earnestness of conviction, singleness of devotion, readiness for self-sacrifice in all honest workers in the cause. Although Prarthana Samaj was powerfully influenced by the ideas of Brahma Samaj, it did not insist upon a rigid exclusion of idol worship and a definite break from the caste system. It did not regard the Vedas as the last word, or nor did it believe in the doctrines of transmigration of the human soul and incarnation of God. Its central idea was one positive belief in the unity of God. Students, if we talk about the doctrines of the Prarthana Samaj, doctrines means beliefs. So, the Prarthana Samaj, which was started in Bombay and was inspired by the Brahma Samaj, but is milder and less radical in its principle. Theistic worship come first, followed closely by social reform. The abandonment of caste, widow remarriage, female education, and the abolitions of child marriage. Many members hold the view that definite beliefs and theological thoughts are not necessary for a free theistic movement. Others have produced theological and devotional books through their Samaj define its faith as. So the Prarthana Samaj believes on God is the creator of this universe. He is only true God. There is no other God beside him. He is eternal, spiritual, infinite, the store of all good, all joy, without parts, without form, one without a second, the ruler of all pervading, omniscient, almighty, merciful, holy, and savior of sinners. His worship alone leads to happiness in this world and the next. Love and reverence for him and exclusive faith in him. Praying, singing to him spiritually with these feelings and doing the things pleasing to him constitute his true worship. To worship and pray to images and other created objects is not true mode of divine adoration. God does not incarnate himself, and there is no one book which has been directly revealed by God or is wholly infallible. All men are his children, therefore they should behave towards each other as brethren without distinctions. So student, Prarthana Samaj or Prayer Society in Sanskrit was a movement for religious and social reform in Bombay based on earlier reform movements. Prarthana Samaj was founded by Atmaram Panduranga with the help of Keshav Chandra Sen in 1867 with an aim to make people believe in one God and worship only one God. It became popular after Mahadev Govinda Ranade joined. The main reformers were the intellectuals who advocated reform of the social system of the Hindus. Students, now next social reformer of India we are going to talk about is Jyotirao Phule. Jyotirao Phule, he was the founder of Satya Shodhak Samaj. Satya Shodhak Samaj was a social reform society founded by him in Pune, Maharashtra on 24th September 1873. It espoused a mission of education and increased social right and political access for underprivileged groups, focused especially on women, Sudras and Dalits in Maharashtra. Jyotirao's wife Savitribai Phule was the head of women's section of the society. The Samaj disbanded during the 1930s as leaders left to join the Indian National Congress Party under Mahatma Gandhi. If we talk about Jyotirao Phule, so he was born into a Mali family in 1827 and was educated as a Christian missionary school. After he completed his own education, he and his wife focused on expanding educational opportunities for low caste communities. The Satyashodak movement espoused a framework that could be called religious. It emphasized the equality inherent in all men as bestowed upon them by a divine creator. It maintained faith in one God, rejected any kind of intermediary between God and man, and rejected the caste system. Caste system is there was a caste system means the Hindus, it divides Hindus into four main categories: Brahmins, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Many believe that the groups originated from Brahma, the Hindu god of creation. So this Samaj also developed arguments against Brahman social and political superiority, because that time the Brahman class uh, or the caste, it was the superior among all the caste. Phule claimed that Brahmins were Aryans, invaders who came from Iran, invaded India, conquered and slaughtered the Kshatriya, forefathers of Shudras, enslaved the remaining population, and then used scriptures, law, and custom to conceal their crimes. The Samaj argues that Brahmans' dominance is not an inherent trait. The Satyashodak Samaj insisted that in order to reclaim their social standing, low caste groups should oppose priests as middlemen between man and God in religious rituals and ceremonies. The Samaj also advocated the social changes that went against Brahminic traditions, including less expensive wedding, intercaste marriages, the end of child marriage, and the right of the widow remarry. Rashtrapita Jyotiba Phule, during his social movement of initial 15 years, had been propagating his views, preaching at public meetings through leaflets and booklets the importance of education and exhorting the lower caste to educate their children and to redeem themselves from the evil custom, weak prejudices, and willy precepts imposed on them in the name of God by the Brahmin priests and their religious work. Jyotirao resolves now to launch a movement in Maharashtra for liberation of lower caste from Brahmin, awakening self-respect in the peasant and toiling masses. He infused courage in them to stand up against the poverty and social injustice, and against the oppressive, unjust, and inhuman Hindu priest craft and the caste system. His writing and his speeches focused government attention on the grievance of the peasants and of the workers engaged by government, engineering and public work department. Students, if we talk about Jyotirao Phule's work, so he wanted now to organize his followers and workers so that they might assimilate his rational ideas and bring them into effect. He strove hard to raise the Atishudras to the level of Shudras. He repeatedly said to his followers that lost rights are not secured without a struggle. Jyotirao knew that the Brahmins are not only unsympathetic but also intolerant and that the traditions mongers would not easily give up their privileges, position and power. There was no question of their expecting to get any organization to preach his ideology. According to Jyotirao convent on September 24, 1873, a meeting of all his admirers and disciples at Pune. About 60 men from many important centers of Maharashtra, institution for the guidance of the movement, Maharashtra state assembled. Jyotirao made an introductory speech and explained the necessity of central institution for the guidance of the movement. After some discussion and several other speeches, it was agreed to form an institution. Jyotirao named this institution as Satyashodak Samaj, Truth Seeking Society. Jyotirao was elected first president and treasurer of the Satyashodak Samaj and Narayan Rao Govindarao Kadlak was elected as its first secretary. The main objects of the Samaj were like to redeem the Shudras and Atishudras from the influence of Brahmanical scriptures under which the Brahmin priest fleeced them to make them conscious of their human rights and to liberate them from the mental and religious slavery. All men are the children of one God, who is thus their parent. There is no requirement of intermediary such as priest or to approach the mother or father to offer his prayer to God. A member at Satyashodak Samaj had to take an oath in the name of God, Khande Rao, and declare his allegiance to British rule. Membership of the Samaj was extended to all the castes, including Mahars, Mang, Jews, and Muslims. The weekly meetings were held on Sunday at the places where branches of the Satyashodak Samaj were established. And some subjects were discussed in that meeting. The necessity of the temperance and compulsory education, encouragement of Swadeshi good, dislodging the Brahmin priest from the position he held in the religious field, making arrangement for performing marriage at minimum expenses, freeing men from the beliefs in astrology, ghosts and demons. The main attack was upon the caste system and idol worship. Emphasis was also on the principle of the fatherhood of God and brotherhood of man. The main objective of the organization were to liberate the Shudras and Atishudras and to prevent their exploitation by the upper caste like Brahmins. Through this Satyashodak Samaj, Jyotirao refused to regard the Vedas as sacrosanct. He opposed idolatry and denounced the Chaturvarna system, the caste system. Satyashodak Samaj propounded the spread of rational thinking and rejected the need for a Brahman priestly class as educational and religious leader. He opposed worthless rituals, any intermediary between God and person. Satyashodak Samaj lacked the support of major intellectual. Their philosophers were simple and honest workers. Their language was the language of the people. Their places of propaganda were the corn gathering places. According to Satyashodak Samaj, existence of God was replaced by Nirmik, the creator. Satyashodak Samaj propounded the spread of rational thinking and rejected the need for a Brahman priestly class as educational and religious leader. Phule, in an attempt to explain caste oppression, turned the Aryan theory of race upside down. Brahmins were cruel and violent invaders who had overturned an originally prosperous in society. Brahman rule, supported by state power and religious hegemony, was seen as the root cause of oppression for the lower caste indigenous masses. Hegemony means dominance of something. So, religious dominance, the Brahman rule, they supported by the state power and the religious dominance. It was seen as the root cause of oppression for the lower caste indigenous masses. Jyotiba firmly believed that if you want to create a new social system based on freedom, equality, brotherhood, human dignity, economic justice, and value devoid of exploitation, you will have to overthrow the old, unequal, exploitative social system and the values on which it is based. Knowing this well, Jyotiba attacked blind faith and faith in what is given in religious books and so called God worlds. He tore to pieces the misleading myths that were ruling over the minds of women, Shudras and Atishudras. Yielding to God or fate, astrology, and other such rituals, sacredness, God men, etc., was deemed irrational and absurd. He also led campaigns to remove the economic and social handicaps that breed blind faith among women, Shudras and Atishudras. Jyotiba subjected religious text and religious behavior to the test of rationalism. He characterized this faith as outwardly religious but in essence politically motivated movements. He accused them of upholding the teachings of religion and refusing to rationally analyze religious teachings. He maintained that at the root of all calamities was the blind faith that religious books were created or inspired by God. Therefore, Phule wanted to abolish this blind faith in the first instance. All established religious and priestly classes find this blind faith useful for their purposes and they try their best to defend it. He questioned, if there is only one God who created the whole mankind, why did he write the Vedas only in Sanskrit language despite his anxiety for the welfare of the whole mankind? What about the welfare of those who do not understand this language? Phule concludes that it is untenable to say there that religious texts were God created. To believe so is only ignorance and prejudice. All religions and their religious texts are man-made and they represent the selfish interest of the classes, which are trying to pursue and protect their selfish ends by constructing such books. Phule was the only sociologist and humanist in his time that could put forth such bold ideas. In his view, every religious book is a product of its time and the truth it contains have no permanent and universal validity. Again, this text can never be free from the prejudices and the selfishness of the author of such books. Through his writing and activities, Mahatma Phule always condemned Brahmanis and the privileged status of priest in it. He openly condemned the inequality in the religious books, orthodox nature of religion, exploitation of masses by the means of it, blind and misleading rituals, and hypocrisy in the prevalent religion. Jyotiba Phule, he took lots of efforts for women education. Jyotiba Phule was supported by his wife Savitribai Phule. When Phule established the Satyashodak Samaj, Savitribai became the head of the women's section, which included 90 female members. Moreover, she worked tirelessly as a school teacher for girls. Deenbandhu publication, the mouthpiece of the Satyashodak Samaj, played an important role in Satyashodak Samaj movement. After Jyotiba's death in 1890, his spirited followers were on spreading the movement to the remotest parts of Maharashtra. Shahu Maharaj, the ruler of Kolhapur princely state, gave a lot of financial and moral support to Satyashodak Samaj. In its new incarnation, party carried on the work of superstition removal vigorously. Here we can see the aims and the objectives of the Satyashodak Samaj. The Satyashodak Samaj is founded by some wise Shudra men to the Shudra people from long sustained slavery executed by Brahmins such as Bhatts, Joshi, priests and others. The Satyashodak Samaj aimed to spread education among the Shudras to make them aware of their rights and to get them out of influence of sacred books that were made by the Brahmins for their own survival. Here are some more objective and aims of the Satyashodak Samaj like unity, equality, brotherhood, non-requirement of middlemen in religious matters, human happiness, human well-being in broader perspective, easy religious principle and rituals. So student, here we can conclude that the social system in India, it was based on social inequality. And Mahatma Phule, he worked for creating a social system based on equality. His work was continued by Gopal Baba Walangar, who severely criticized untouchability in his book Shivram Janba drew attention to the problems of the deprived women like Murari, Jogatini and Devdasi. So student, here we have finished with the 2 points. First, it was the Prarthana Samaj, which had its origin in the Paramhans Sabha, and next it was Satyashodak Samaj, which was founded by Mahatma Jyotirao Phule. In the next lecture, we are going to continue about the next Samaj and their work. If you have any doubt, you can write in comment box. Either there will be live session on Tuesday, so that time also you can ask me. Thank you and have a nice day.